What's up guys, my name is Ace, and welcome back to Maps Exposed. This is a series where I share all of the lines of sight, as well as any other secret spots that I know of on every map in CoD WW2. In today's episode, we're going to be covering the final one of the DLC 2 maps, and this is Egypt. So I'll be honest with you guys, Egypt doesn't leave a whole lot to the imagination. There aren't going to be a ton of really unique spots in this video because they simply don't seem to exist. I searched for a very long time, and was only able to find a handful of spots for this map. So first up, let's start off in this area over here. If you're up here and you get an enemy that goes to that piece of wreckage right there, instead of standing out in the open here with no cover, an excellent way to challenge them is if you just like walk all the way up here, kind of strafe your way over, you can actually see a little bit over top of there and you might be able to pick them off. There's no way they're going to see you there, and that's just an easy kill on them. Now another little spot is right in this area here. You can actually jump across to here. I mainly wanted to show this to you because I've actually died a few times to people camping up in this area. So it's just an area to keep an eye out for. But sometimes they'll like sit up here and wait for you to walk through there, or they'll just sit up here and pre-aim there. So just keep an eye out and just know that people can be up on this spot. Now getting over towards the middle of the map over here, if you want to challenge towards the B flag and you're coming from this direction, you can see a little bit of the B flag if you walk your way up here. You can kind of see an area there, which is part of the capture area of the B flag. You might be able to pick off a kill, so if somebody's trying to take B from you, you can hop up here. If you happen to see them, pick off your kill. If not, you'll have to move in a little bit closer. From the other side, we've got a pretty interesting spot right here. If you mantle up here, you can actually mantle right in this area here. And on top of this, if you crouch like this, you've got a much better line of sight over there than just standing right on top like this. So you've got a little bit more cover to challenge those people. And also from up in this area, you can crouch and you can get a great line of sight into the capture area right there on B. Now, if you're playing domination and you want to capture the B flag and you're worried mainly about the stairs here, this actually happens a decent amount, I feel like, where I have teammates that have like all of these areas locked down and I'm trying to cap the B flag and I know the entire enemy team is coming up these stairs. Instead of capturing here or down here, which is where they almost always expect you to be, just an alternative is to hop up right here and you can capture behind this. They almost never expect you here, and you can see them long before they normally expect you to see them because they'll be coming up here, and as they approach the stairs, they can expose exactly as much of themselves as they want. So they're going to be like exposing that much of their head, just peeking their head over top to shoot you there. And most of them aren't paying attention to up here. They're thinking you're going to be down here. So they almost always overexpose themselves as they come up the stairs, and then they're just an easy kill for you if you're capturing from up there. Now, something that's relatively obvious, but I still wanted to point out, just in case you weren't aware, if you're coming around this corner and you expect people might be just chilling in here waiting for you, which will sometimes happen, they'll just stand right in this spot, and they'll be waiting for you guys to come out of spawn from there, you can actually use this as a quick little check spot. You just hop up here, and there you go. Great line of sight on anybody that might be camping there. I often do this, even if I don't think there's going to be a guy there, or I'm just only half suspicious that somebody might be there. It just takes 2 seconds to pop up, have a look, and then you can just move on from there if you need to. Now getting over to this side of the map over here, if you're approaching the C spawn, sometimes you get people that like to camp in the back of that spawn. This is a very practical line of sight, but it's also nothing too special. Like, you probably already are aware of it, but I like to come up like this and check that area right there. That's super, super common for somebody to set up with like an LMG or something, and they'll just sit there basically all game. So as I come around this area, if I'm approaching the C spawns, I'm always trying to just kind of head glitch over and get a line of sight on the guy that might be right there. Now over in this area here, if you're down in this area and somebody's up on top here, it can be a little bit difficult to deal with them because at any point they can come, they have the height advantage, they can just look down on you. So a lot of times I find myself panicking. It's like, oh crap, I got to get up there. So I mantle my way up here and then I mantle my way up here, and now I'm completely exposed to them. Instead, a really simple thing you can do to check that spot is simply mantle up here, jump on top of this piece, and there you go. You can see anybody that's up top here, easily pick them off, and you're not exposing nearly as much of yourself, and also your gun is up the entire time. Now getting over towards the A domination flag, I just want to point out you can jump on top of this tank. Some people didn't know that, and I've actually often used this to catch people that are coming around that corner right there. So if I know the enemies are just coming from that general direction, instead of standing here waiting for them to come to me and basically have the advantage on me, or at least a fair gunfight, I like to jump up here and pick them off right there. They'll have no idea what hit them. And finally, if I'm approaching the A domination area right here, and I suspect enemies are in this area, I mean, you could just go and kind of head glitch the tank and try and fight them that way, but another alternative that you have is if you come up here, you can check towards there to make sure they're not going to shoot you, but you can hop up right here, and you can actually see a pretty good amount in this back corner area, and you can easily pick people off there. So, there we have it. That's going to wrap it up for today's episode of Maps Exposed on Egypt. If you guys have missed any of the previous maps, I've covered all of the regular maps so far. I will leave a link to the playlist down below, and I will see you guys back with this series when DLC 3 comes out. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.